the kind of overall three key takeouts? Because I'm sure our
Okay.
listeners will read the report cover to cover, learn it, much as all us sort of loyalty strategists and nerds do. But for those people who are taking a bit of a shortcut through this podcast, what do you think the kind of three most important takeaways are? And that's really difficult because obviously there's so much in the paper.
There is quite a lot in there. I think the simplest one is really to never forget that loyalty is both an emotion and a behavior,
Yeah.
and that to, to be successful, you have to fuel both. Whether that's in equal measure or some more than others, I don't know. You've got to work that out for yourself, guys.
Yeah.
But to have that fullest possible impact, and a bit like that fashion example I gave, that's just not expensive for the brand to do. It's a
Yeah.
darn sight cheaper than manufacturing jumpers from the archive or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But that is the sort of thing where I think, that would have given people an experience that they would never forget and would have been really easy to do and would have absolutely fueled that sort of emotional sense of achievement they had. And I kind of go, that's the kind of thinking that can get you to a much better place, I think. So I think loyalty is both things. It is a feeling and it is a behavior, and you have to feel both. And I think the other point then is that really that clients that want to succeed now specifically, you guys are going to have to dig deep
Yeah.
into insight, into your brand, into your kind of collective imagination and creativity to really create something that is distinctive, because the world's awash with loyalty programs, and consumers are starting to show signs of a little bit of they're kind of a bit bored with it, really. Where's the little bit extra? And I think that's the stuff you have to, yes, you will have to fulfill the sort of, if we're thinking about the four bonds, you have to fulfill the sort of more rational, functional, financial side of things. But the other part of it, the sort of emotional, social, whatever you want to call it, those are the things where I think you can make much more impact if you're lucky. And I think the other third thing for me, and this really it just really leans into the idea that it's the need to keep evolving. Loyalty is it's not a fixed destination. Loyalty is actually an evolving relationship between two parties, and it always has been. And I think you need to recognize that relationships change all the time. And when they become fixed, they become very dull and predictable. And that's when they possibly fracture. So I think thinking about loyalty as a relationship rather than just a kind of one-dimensional thing is really important.